Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I am really trying to keep up with the mainstream media today. July 22nd, 2015, busy day with the headlines. We are getting another story of a police officer killed, this time by a Hispanic man, again in the Bay Area. We've seen a lot of negative stories for Hispanics, Mexican Americans, ever since the Donald Trump racist remarks about Mexicans a few weeks back. And in this story, we see all the coded numbers. The officer, Sergeant Scott Lunger. The name Scott Lunger has this gematria of 46, a number that I have talked about several times in the reporting of dead police officers. So often they're given names with 46 gematria. The word hero in simple English gematria sums to 46, and I think this is a major part of the reason for the 46 coding. But also Sergeant, as it's spelled in the article with the abbreviation, Sergeant Scott Lunger, has this Pythagorean gematria of 74, a number often coded in these hoaxes. The word Masonic sums to 74. But also, it seems that in these hoax stories, the number 74 could also be looked at as the number of the martyr. Remember, the words Jesus and cross both sum to 74. Jesus was supposedly crucified at 33. And of course, police has that Pythagorean gematria of 33. This incident supposedly happened a little bit after 3. Let's watch the news coverage real quick.
Other top story tonight, the arrest of a suspect in the murder of a Hayward police officer.
A ideal police officer. Scott loved this job. He did it eagerly. It is a tragedy that this has happened.
Fellow officers remember a fallen comrade, a Hayward police sergeant shot and killed in cold blood. And tonight a suspect with gang affiliations has been placed under arrest.
Hayward's police chief announced the arrest about 90 minutes ago, identifying the suspect as Mark Anthony Estrada, who turned 21 years old only 4 days ago. Estrada is being treated himself for wounds that he suffered in the overnight gun battle. The fallen officer, Sergeant Scott Lunger, is a 15-year veteran of the Hayward Police Force, a volunteer softball coach at Liberty High School in Brentwood, an avid adult league baseball player himself. We have live team coverage tonight of Sergeant Lunger's murder. ABC 7 News reporters Laura Anthony and Katie Udis are live in Hayward. Laura, let's begin with you at the crime scene.
Hi, Larry. Well, this is where it went down early this morning in this quiet neighborhood. We're learning more tonight about how quickly it all happened. In fact, the Hayward police chief said from the time that Sergeant Lunger stopped the vehicle here on this street until the time he was shot was 45 seconds.
There's no why. It's an absolutely senseless murder.
An emotional Hayward Police Chief Diane Urban spoke of the tremendous loss her department has suffered in the death of Sergeant Scott Lunger, and she confirmed that an arrest has been made in Lunger's murder.
There really isn't a lot of good news to share other than that we have made an arrest. We do have a suspect in custody, Mark Anthony Estrada. He turned 21 years old just 4 days ago.
The shots were so rapid fire that it was warlike almost, Bam,
John Super. Are these real names?
bam, 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 bam.
Hayward police say after Lunger went down, his partner fired at the white pickup truck as it sped away. That truck, riddled with bullet holes, was found a short time later in Oakland. Estrada was shot multiple times and is being treated at Highland Hospital. Meantime, Hayward police searched a home in Oakland linked to Estrada and removed several bags of evidence.
That people don't care about the officers, They just assume that they just want to kill them sometimes, or they want to hurt them just because they don't care for them.
Estrada's family is linked to a Hayward roofing company headquartered less than a quarter mile from the shooting scene. Approached by ABC 7 News, company employees had no comment. In Hayward, Laura Anthony, ABC 7 News.
Police radio traffic indicates just how quickly today's incident escalated, and we have to warn you here right now, some of this may be a bit unsettling.
Thank you, KB. The second one's clear. It's expired. 280. Iron shots fired. Myrtle and Lion. Let me say fire. My partner down. Partner down.
The officer continued to provide the police dispatcher with information and identified Sergeant Lunger as his partner.
The Hayward Police Department is made up of 174 sworn.
Notice that that ambulance was number 146. It had that 46 in there, and then look at what pops up on the screen right away, 174. We just talked about the numbers 46 and 74.
Officers. Sergeant Lunger is the fourth Hayward officer to be killed in the line of duty. Prior to today, the department hadn't lost an officer since 1987, 28 years ago.
All right, so that was that story. The other thing I want to show you is just from days ago, there was the story of a K-9 police dog being killed because it was left in a hot car in Georgia. The gematria of the area, Rockydale County, brings up these numbers of 33 and 26. When you sum them together, it sums to 59. The word kill has gematria of 59 Jewish, 44 simple English. This took place in Georgia, the fourth state, with the gematria of 44. And also, with regards to dead dogs, still fresh in the minds of many Americans, is the Michael Vick dog death story. You know, so many people in this nation... Oh, man, it's just embarrassing. So many people in this nation were so occupied with that story when it happened, despite the fact that the nation's involved in illegal wars and a million other awful things. But the point is, more dog death in Georgia. The officer's name was Jeremy Williams, with a very interesting spelling on Jeremy. The gematria of 79 is interesting because the word murder sums to 79. They're part of the Conyers Police Department, which has gematria of 113, like mainstream, dishonest, green screen, a number often coded in hoaxes. Also 122 with the S exception, another number getting coded a lot right now. And the dog's name was Zane, which has this gematria of 46 as well, like Hero. Also, True Seeker, notice that this video about the dog's death is 1:18 long. That's interesting because the word death in Jewish gematria sums to 118.
With the bloodhound kenneled in the back of his patrol car, police say Officer Jeremy Williams headed to the gym at 6 a.m. and became ill during his workout.
He went on home. By the time he got there, he was physically sick, so he went in the house. He fell asleep on the sofa in his workout clothes.
But Chief Gene Wilson says Williams neglected to take Zane out of the car. As temperatures hit the 90s Thursday, the police bloodhound stayed locked in the car for 7 hours.
When he got ready to go get Zane from the kennel that's behind his house, Zane was not in the kennel, and then it hit him that Zane was in the car, and Zane had perished at that time.
Chief Wilson said a very distraught Williams reported the animal's death. Officer Williams had handled Zane for 4 years, managing him at work, caring for him at home. Chief Wilson says the incident has shaken the entire Conyers Police Department.
We all realize it was an accident. We know how bad you're hurting, and we're going to be here for you, but at the same time, we're going to look at it from both a violation of law and a violation of policy. That's behind his house.
True Seeker, I just wanted to point out how this mic he's talking into is number 46 for CBS with their all-seeing eye symbol as well. These numbers that they just keep coding into the police death stories, even the story of a K-9. And maybe you've never noticed before, but K is the 11th letter. K-9 creates that numerology of 119, like 911 in reverse. But yeah, just wanted to show you how they keep coding these same numbers into all of these police death, even when it's a police dog death story. And at the end of the day, these are all distractions, part of the ongoing psychological operations. Our media is now balanced between stories of police officers being killed and police officers killing, you know, to just build that narrative that's being waged against all of us. All part of the divide, conquer, confuse, torment strategy. This guy's facial expression says it all. All right, until next time, Truth Seeker.